Hello and welcome to this exclusive preview of the Van Eyck exhibition in Ghent. And when I say exclusive, I mean exclusive. This is so exclusive, they haven't even finished installing it. But it's such an important exhibition, tells us so many important things about Van Eyck, that I was in a hurry to show it to you. And you should be in a hurry to see it. So what is so important about Van Eyck? Well, in the old days, they used to say that he invented oil paints. But that's not true. He didn't actually invent them, they'd been used before, but he found radical and brilliant new ways to use them. And they've been restoring his masterpiece, the great Ghent altarpiece in St. Barbara Cathedral here in Ghent. And the restoration has revealed ever more secrets about his brilliance. It's quite a cheeky show because one of the things they keep doing here is proving how far ahead of his times Van Eyck was. And they do it with these interesting comparisons. So this is one of his scenes from the Ghent altarpiece. You see this brilliant view of Ghent in all its detail. And then across the room, very deliberately, they've hung this contemporary tempera painting by Fra Angelico. And you can see immediately the difference between the tempera technique used here by Fra Angelico and what Van Eyck could achieve with oils. So what did Van Eyck do with these new oil paint techniques of his? Well, above all, he painted reality with a brilliance that we've never seen before in art. Completely revolutionary. I mean, here, this is his St. Francis receiving the stigmata. So St. Francis is being appointed, as it were, by God as his successor on earth. But what counts here is all the details. It's astonishing. If you look into this picture, you can see how brilliantly he's done the rocks. And apparently, you can actually recognize the geological strata of these rocks from the details that he's used. The show emphasizes his interest in science, in nature, in the way the clouds work, in the way that surfaces reflect light, and all these scientific interests of his move him into the world of Leonardo da Vinci, into the world of the Renaissance genius. So one of the things this show is doing is saying the Northern Renaissance was doing things way before the Italian Renaissance, and there's proof of that around every corner. I told you this was exclusive. It doesn't get more exclusive than this. Some of these pictures have just arrived and they haven't even been shown properly yet. But you can see them. And this is his marvelous Madonna with the fountain, one of his most precious and most beautiful works. And look, he even painted the false marble surround, so it looks like it's done on stone. And if you get in close, the fountain and the way the water drops on it, the roses, the beauty of the Madonna's cloth. It's all miraculous. And that, of course, is the point. This isn't just realism for the sake of realism. This is realism because God created a beautiful world, and it's the artist's job to reflect and record that beauty. So the exhibition is divided into sections, each section prompted by one of the panels from the Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, from the Ghent altarpiece. And in this room here, which I think is going to be one of the favourite rooms, it's all about portraiture and the brilliance of Van Eyck as a portraitist. So these are the two donors, the people who actually paid for the Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, the Ghent altarpiece. So it's Jus Vede, who was actually mayor at the time of Ghent, and his wife. And they are extraordinary examples of portraiture. The detail inside his face is just remarkable. Apparently people can tell which skin diseases he's had in his life. There are all sorts of reasons why this is an important exhibition, a must-see exhibition. But one of them is that it's the largest Van Eyck exhibition there's ever been. They've got over half of the remaining Van Eyck works that we know. So 13 out of the 22 known Van Eycks are here. This has come from the National Gallery in London, and it's this famous picture that's known as the Leal souvenir. So there's no point looking at his work from over there. You've got to come in closer than that. Get as close as they'll let you here in the museum, because that's when the miracles start, when you start to see the detail of the eyes. It's all breathtaking. And as I said, this is a cheeky show, and they keep trying to prove how far ahead Flemish artists were of Italian artists at the time by having these telling comparisons. And here's another one. We've just been looking at what Van Eyck was doing in portraiture, and here is what the Italian Renaissance artist Michele Giambono was doing at exactly the same time. It's pretty different, isn't it? This is the first art ever that set out to astonish you through the reality of God's beautiful world. Not just to make it interesting, not just to tell you a story, but to astonish you. And it took an artist of Van Eyck's talent to be able to do that.